Rolling into round 2 of Hot Pit Autofest just felt different. New track, no data, no laps under my belt, just me, the team, and the E92. Meanwhile, other drivers are swapping notes, taking grip levels like they already had the place figured out. We didn't have any of that. What we had was a car we trusted and a mindset to adapt to whatever got thrown our way. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little nerve-wracking. When you don't know the surface, you're guessing, and guessing at speed, it's playing with fire. Right before we got going, Jeff, the man behind Hot Pit, gave me a little smirk and said the course was gonna be fast. And just like that, it clicked. Fast is where the Ruffian E92 shines. It's where everything we built into this car comes alive. From that moment on, there was no second guessing. We were ready.
What's up, Jeff? What's up, nerds?
Out here. What's up, guys? RJ over here. Starting round 2 at Kern County Raceway in Bakersfield, California. It is officially the round where we are enjoying, creating, and providing the fastest track of the season. So what we did is that we took one of the FD iconic layouts. We took advantage of this amazing open space that has a lot of room to just be fast. And then we created something that we're dubbing the KTL. The Kern Atlanta, baby. So it's gonna be fast. There's gonna be a big fast entry. We are estimating like around 90 miles an hour, 90 to 100 miles an hour. Going to a big old sweeper. Then it's gonna change in elevation up to the wall. We actually have 2 elevation changes. It's just absolutely amazing. Go back down and freaking end in a power alley that is nasty. So we are super excited. A lot of the drivers are like, yo, we didn't eat our Wheaties today. Like this is way too ballsy. So yeah, we're seeing what's gonna happen, but we are so freaking excited. It's gonna be sick.
This layout is definitely not for the faint-hearted. It's going to be incredibly fast, and timing and commitment will be absolutely crucial. You make one step wrong, you completely throw yourself off course, whether you're in the lead or you're in the chase. So far, this is the fastest layout Hot Pit Autofest has ever put together, and we're excited to push the boundaries even further. Every driver has their own approach to practice. There's no real one-size-fits-all method because what works for one driver, will not work for another. And over the years, I've found a rhythm that works for me. I tend to go as aggressive as possible on the first lap. And after that, refine it. It's a lot easier to dial yourself back than to put aggression back into yourself.
Body damage.
few laps, I started feeling right at home behind the wheel. I quickly identified my limits in certain sections of the course, but more importantly, I could see where I could push harder and improve. One of the biggest challenges I faced was dialing in the timing of the initiation. I experimented with a few different lines and approaches, but none of them quite gave me that smooth, precise line I needed from inner clip 1 to inner clip 2. Even though I wasn't hitting it perfectly, I knew I was close and I just had to refine my technique. Aside from that, I was fully confident in other parts of the course, handling the car's balance, maintaining speed, and finding my rhythm. I was in control, and it felt like I was getting stronger every single lap. First initiation down to inner clip 1, inner clip 2. To set, you really have to be full throttle, all or nothing, full commitment. This track is crazy fun to drive. I've been having so much fun driving it. I overcooked the first 2 laps. Maybe I was having too much fun, but obviously I kind of learned we had to change a couple of things in the car. I mostly had to change myself as a driver. We got it pretty figured out. Got to do some really good tandem both in lead and in chase. And I'm ready for qualifying. They shortened up the qualifying a little bit. We were supposed to qualify, I think, at 5 o'clock, but now they moved it up to 4:15, which honestly should be a good thing because that means like the track isn't going to change very much as far as track temp goes, which means we don't have to change very much of the setup, if not any. But other than that, this course is absolutely awesome. I'm having a blast with it. Other than I did like that first lap. You guys are probably watching right now. I just took out so many cones. I think I even took one of the cones off the course with me. I think I did that twice. I've been a little bit of a mess in the morning, but we got it pretty cleaned up. A little bit. Not a lot, a little bit. Normally qualifying doesn't bother me, but this time my nerves were a little bit more on edge than usual. Round 1's qualifying session was a complete disaster, and it definitely shook me up for the moment. But I knew I couldn't dwell on it. I had to reset, put my head down, and focus on what I could control.
How we doing?
That was pretty good, right?
How'd we do? You just hotbox that thing, man.
Yeah.
What's the score?
Yes, we got an 87.
That's good.
87?
It's better than what I thought, to be honest.
They look clean.
I was pretty far off at inner clip, or inside clip 1. Inside clip 2, I think I was pretty confident. I think I was pretty decent in outside zone 1. I think I cleaned up, you know, that was pretty much my best outside zone 2 of like literally today. I really filled that touch and go. And then from the touch and go, I was a little bit far off on outside zone 3, but I just had to add a bunch of left foot brake. That's probably where they dinged me the most. I think that was the biggest mistake that I made was last outer zone 3, but you know, we got an 87. I thought it was going to be somewhere around pulling off track. I was like, that's probably a 68 or like a 71, but 87, I'll definitely take it. Car's feeling good. I'm feeling good, you know, on to the battles. Let's go. Securing P4 in qualifying felt like a huge weight got lifted off my shoulders. I mean, first place is always the goal, but after the mistakes made in round 1's qualifying, I needed that reset. That mistake had been on my mind, and P4 was just a result that I needed to move past it. You know, sometimes a small result like that can reignite the fire and remind you that you still got it and you're still in it. What's up, guys? Welcome to Kern County Speedway. It is officially Hot Pit Autofest Round 2.
Fueling issue. I've never seen the fuel supply that low.
This was the biggest scare of the entire weekend. When we were up at the line, for some reason the car didn't want to start. It wasn't getting fuel, and we believed that the fuel level was so low that either A, it wasn't, getting to the pickup, there was possibly air pockets, or the gas cap created somehow like a vacuum in the fuel cell, and we weren't able to get fuel to the motor. Luckily, we were able to fix it and get us right back on track. A little bit of massive amount of tow out. Actually, camber is definitely not cambering how our original setting is. So yeah, me and Robbie are gonna take a look at it right now. Hopefully it's bent in the subframe. Hopefully we can align it out. So that's what we're gonna work on right now.
Alignment's a little bit out of whack. A lot out of whack. Nothing we can't overcome.
I was really pushing hard, and I think I pushed a little bit too hard, and I bent the driver's side rear tie rod. Luckily, we didn't bend anything on the subframe side, and luckily we didn't bend anything on the knuckle side. But the tie rod did exactly what it needed to do, and it be the weak point. So luckily we just bent the tie rod. How the tie rod bent is I just, on the final turn, you kind of get too close to the wall coming out from the last inner clip, and it was just enough to put the tire into the wall and hence bend the tie rod. But we had a spare, and we were able to fix it, no problem, and get ready with our battle with Justin Leonard.
against Justin Leonard, top 32, and it went as expected. We kind of pedaled it on the chase, kept our distance, and watched what he did. Textbook. Took the win, go on to the next.
All right, so we're going to our top 16 battle. We got Margaritas. I put a hurting on Margaritas a bunch in 2023, so I'm still gonna give it my all. Like, this man, he's a good driver, he's fast. And that's exactly what he told me. He told me he's gonna give it his all. So it's gonna be interesting, especially with our cars turned up on a very fast course. Records are checkers, dog. Dude, he told me he was going to give it 100, so I had to give it 200 to beat this man, because he's a good driver.
That was definitely good 200. Definitely 200.
So this battle was obviously very interesting. Me and Margaritas got into a situation where Margaritas was on a trajectory offline, and when you get offline, you can actually get into what they call as like the marbles, where you have no forward grip, and if you have no forward grip, you want to naturally get off throttle. I don't know if that was the case, but when I'm following Margaritas that closely, and if he hops off throttle, you know, I end up with a spot where I got nowhere to go because I'm massively gripped up and I'm massively fast, and you know, sometimes things just happen so quick, and unfortunately, you know, we hit Margaritas because he was off throttle. It's an unfortunate scenario, and I by no means intentionally hit him, but we came out on top, and we're going to keep pushing forward.
Oh yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Our bathroom doesn't work. The public bathroom works. Yes. So round 3 catches at orange.
So that's it. Me and TJ, we threw it in hard. TJ came on top, so put us on the trailer, but that's okay. You know, TJ's a really, really good driver. Love driving with the dude. He knows what he's doing. He stepped it up like 10 times more. I think he just wanted that hardcore redemption just from round 2, and he got it, and well deserved. But yeah, like I made just a couple of mistakes, just being just overly too aggressive. Definitely might have to dial back the car a little bit, but mostly definitely have to dial back my driving. I'm happy with how the weekend came out. I mean, we made it to the top 8. Definitely have one of the fastest car here on grid. I mean, man, like it's still a blast. It sucks to be, you know, sent home, but you know, that's drifting, right? Like that's just the name of the game, and we're just gonna move on. There's some cosmetic damage that I gotta fix and whatnot, but that's gonna be easy. Luckily, everything mechanically worked out great. The engine, the trans, the diff, everything. We had 0 reliability issues. This car is just super reliable and fast, and I can't wait to be at round 3 now. And yeah, that's pretty much it. TJ won, well deserved. So great job to TJ. But now I'm gonna be looking for that redemption on him. So better watch out, TJ.